The price for Tesla Model 3 has gone down again. And yes, it's the second time in a couple of weeks that it's gone down. But before that, it went up after going up again, after going down. So I know this is like fifth or sixth change in about half a year, but it's a little bit lower than it was yesterday, so I think it makes everybody happy. And really, it's creeping up, more and more on the $35,000 price tag, which kind of we're all waiting for. So any price decrease is good news. I'll tell you what it is. I'll tell you about a little bit of a history, and I tell you why this could just be one of the last steps that Tesla is taking towards finally coming up with the $35,000 version. All of this is coming up next. Welcome to E4Electric, your number one source of unbiased electric car news. If this is your first time here, that's okay. Just all you have to do is click on that subscribe button down there. That way you won't miss anything moving forward, but it's also free. And of course, a quick shout out to one of my newer Patreons, Anthony Weber. Thank you so much for supporting my show. Thank you for becoming a part of my community. The only place where you can actually watch these videos live. If you want to join, go ahead and browse to the description of this video, and that's where the link is, which is patreon.com/E4Electric. But let's talk about Tesla Model 3. Obviously, a lot of people are talking about the $35,000 version. I know Elon tweeted that it is now technically after incentives, and I'm actually going to make another video about that because I think his math is off. And I'm going to whip out my calculator and tell you what I think the actual price might be right now. But they have Tesla officially discounted the price by $1,100, kind of an odd number, right? So here's the new configurator that you can just basically go there and check out for yourself. But here's, boom, right there in the middle, the actual price. Now don't look at the after savings price. That's again different video. But the before savings, that's the actual price. It's at $42,900. Now remember that this year we had a few price changes. One wasn't really so much a price change, but because of the tax incentive here in the United States was cut in half. Well, that kind of raised it by $3,750. Then to kind of counter that, Tesla cut down the prices by $2,000, and now it's cutting down by $1,100. So altogether, the net is still technically the price went up by $650 if you kind of account the discounts, but also the tax credit cut. Now I know outside of the U.S. It's a whole different story, and you guys kind of have to go with whatever the pricing is in your country because of tariffs, in your own incentives, and Tesla's pricing. It's all very different. But I'm just kind of talking about here in the US because this is kind of a ground zero for Tesla sales, and the sales haven't really started yet in China and Europe. So that's all we kind of got. There's Canada. I'm not gonna definitely great sales there, but for now this is a big deal because this is where all the profits have been kind of coming from as far as the Model 3 is concerned. Now let's not forget. Now we are only $7,900 away from the $35,000 version, and I think it makes everybody happy. But here's an interesting quote that they gave, I believe, to Electric. Not I believe, it is to Electric. Let me tell you why I think this is actually a little odd, but also very discouraging at the same time, much like a lot of things are with Tesla. And this video is completely okay. So before that, let me just remind you that this video and this channel is sponsored by the StarmanGifts.com, the home of the adventures of Starman. I got my copy right here. If you guys want to relive the launch of Falcon Heavy, this one is for you. And by the way, there's a discount code in the description of this video. That way you can save yourselves a few bucks. And also it will apply to everything that they sell over there. So go ahead and browse and have a good time. Hopefully you get a signed copy, which you can there at their website. Okay, so here's a quote that the Tesla gave to Electric. Basically, they're saying, primarily as a result of ending the referral program, which cost far more than we realized, Tesla is able to lower the price of Model 3 by $1,100. This is a very weird quote from a few different, perspectives, because one is, why by $1,100? Like, how did you calculate? Because and why were you guys surprised? Because we all know what the cost was of, let's say, first 5 prizes you were giving out, which I would say on average was you know, $2,000 to $3,000 depending on what people are getting. But like the Powerwall, the Power Pack, the toy, which was an option, which was a cheaper option, and I'm forgetting all the wheels, right? I mean, we're talking about a few $1,000s, so that you kind of knew, and everybody was surprised why you kind of let Model 3 buyers use the code, plus the supercharging, right? The free supercharging that you kind of had to pay for as well. So we're talking about some major, you know, dinero, and on top of that, for those of us who were actually going for the free Roadster or discount on the Roadster, you know, every referral is pretty much $5,000 of future discounts that you have to commit to. I believe you're giving out 80 free Roadsters at this point, and plus people like me. I think my final count was 68% off the Roadster, which kind of makes sense for me to get it. I wasn't going to, but now kind of does make sense for me to get it. So I just don't understand. If you just had a simple calculator, you would know that you know, this was costing you from anywhere from $2,000 to $5,000 per car. Now that you discontinued that, why is the discount only $1,100? That's on one hand. On another hand, you know, now the difference is only, you know, under $7,000, and don't forget the standard version will have even less cells. So if you look at the money that you're saving essentially by not spending all this time on the referral program now, and if you look at the money that you are saving again by not putting all the, you know, battery cells in there again because it's a smaller pack, I think it's getting kind of close. I mean, it probably is already under 40 just with those calculations, right? And then maybe we're talking, you know, 2,000 or 3,000 away, and this is still being profitable, because I'm just talking about $2,000-$3,000 away being the sales price with still all of the margins built in. So this is good news. This looks like, you know, they are passing the savings on to us. From, you know, cutting costs. Don't forget, they also cut cost on letting a lot of people go, right? 7% of their workforce. So yeah, I odd, but good. I don't really care why they didn't have calculators before and why they weren't able to figure this out before. Bottom line is that they're doing it now, and I think that's all that matters. Let me know in the comment section, when do you think they will be able to get the $35,000 price tag and release it here in the United States? Looking forward to that. Other than that, see you next time, and remember to stay charged.